I get brownouts. Brian May opens up on strange persisting condition. Brian May revealed he has been suffering from a strange persisting condition after contracting COVID-19 during a candid interview on BBC Radio 5 Live. Queen's legendary guitarist Brian May appeared on Tuesday's episode of BBC Radio 5 Live's How Do You Cope podcast, where he discussed Freddie Mercury's untimely death. The musician also revealed he has been experiencing some long-lasting effects after contracting COVID-19. Brian said he has been suffering from brownouts following the illness. Speaking to hosts Ellis James and John Robbins about the long-lasting impact he has felt from coronavirus, Brian said, "I have a strange persisting condition. I think it's from the COVID. I get these kind of brownouts. Generally I'm okay. I'm not tired all the time, but I'll get to a sudden point in the day where something inside my head goes, you have to sleep now. You don't care about any of this. Go to sleep. It's an almost irresistible call and I just go out like a light. It's really weird. I just hope it doesn't happen in the middle of a gig." The 74-year-old rocker also discussed losing Queen's frontman Freddie Mercury and how the grief which followed impacted himself and other members of the band. Reflecting on Freddie's death in 1991, Brian told BBC Radio 5 Live's hosts, "I think Queen's drummer, Roger Taylor, and I both went through a kind of normal grieving process, but accentuated by the fact it has to be public. We sort of went into denial. Like, yeah well, we did Queen, but we do something else now. Roger and I plunged into our solo work and didn't want to talk about Queen." Brian continued, "That seems almost nonsensical because we spent half of our lives constructing Queen. But we didn't want to know at that time. It was a grieving thing. We just overcompensated. It went on for a long time. I went so far as to adapt John Lennon's God song in my solo stage act to say, I don't believe in Queen anymore. That was a vast overreaction. I didn't need to do that. Why would I do that? Because I couldn't cope with looking at it." Brian also touched upon working on Freddie's vocals for the Queen song Made in Heaven after his death. "It was very weird," Brian explained. "It was traumatizing in itself." He said he spent weeks working on little bits of Freddie's vocals for the song and listened to his powerful voice day and night. Brian added, "I'd have moments thinking, this is great, this sounds great Freddie, oh you're not here." Brian May on Freddie Mercury death, "Rog and I completely overreacted. It was quite difficult. You'd have to go away from it sometimes and recover and come back." However, Brian explained he felt immense pride and joy in squeezing the last drops out of what Freddie left us. He added, "I still love that album. I think it's my favorite Queen album. There are things in there that are so deep. There's pure gold in there. I love every minute of that album.